All right. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahweh Shai, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahweh Shai, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahweh Shai, Call Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, Great Millstone, who rule well and who taught me the truth. And shalom to you, sincere Akim, out there listening, learning, and pushing this truth. And shalom to the few sincere Akwath that are out there listening and learning as well. With that being said, Adawan Ratazah, this will be edifying. As usual, I'm going to go into Rakah Quadash. And I saw this popped up in my news feed from ABC 30 Action News. The video is entitled Lamore Foster's Freeze Shuts Down as CA California Minimum Wage Rises. And I'll leave the link in the description. I'm going to read the transcript, and a couple of scriptures came to mind, was just, circling around my mind as I'm listening to this video. Again, I'll read the transcript. I'll bring out a couple scriptures out of Juan Ratazah. That'll be the lesson, and it'll be edifying, exhorting, and comforting to the elect. So again, it says, Lamore Foster's freeze shuts down as California minimum wage rises. So this is the description. It says, Monday, as California's minimum wage for fast food workers rose to $20 an hour, the Foster's freeze and Lamore permanently closed. And what really struck me was how deceptive the owner was. Okay, the owner completely gave his workers, a false sense of security. He kept harping on the fact that he would maybe cut back some hours. He would raise the price of certain things on the menu, and he wasn't gonna close. He wasn't gonna lay anybody off. And soon as the law was implemented, the raise was implemented, what did he do? He closed the doors, and he gave the workers no warning. Hey man, that's the times that we're living in. Beautiful times. So this is the transcript. Again, I'll leave the link in the description. Yeah, I'll read the transcript to the best of my ability. The punctuation and stuff like that is off a lot of times, but I'll read it to the best of my ability. So it says, California's fast food workers started earning more money today, 25% more than they were making yesterday. The pay raise could mean higher prices at some restaurants, and has reportedly prompted at least one Central Valley business to shutter, one of many. Okay? This is just the beginning, Most of these businesses are already hanging on by a thread. So if they have to pay their workers now $20 minimum wage, that's unsustainable. Okay? So everybody's already predicting mass layoffs just behind this alone. Okay? And we know California always sets the trend. California is usually the first state to implement something, and then many states follow behind California. Okay? So it says, the pay raise could mean higher prices at some restaurants, and the prices have already been going up. So how much more so now? Or, like you see on the screen, just a closure, okay? And has reportedly prompted at least one Central Valley business to shutter. Today, the employees of the Foster's, Freeze, and Lamore showed up for work, but got their last paycheck instead. And that's how all these corporations, that's how all these businesses, that's how all these jobs are operating. They're all following the same play, okay? It says, Action News anchor Nick Garcia was in Lamore tonight and talked to workers about the abrupt closure. Abrupt, all of a sudden, Some of the people who worked at this Foster's Freeze thought it was just an April Fool's joke. And that's that's the spirit in Babylon. These Babylonians with broken records, same messages over and over. Repent, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Jacob's trouble is at the door. The hour of temptation. All hell is about to break loose. The third world's war, the third woe is coming quickly. The third world's war. This devil is about to come down with great wrath. Esau's about to demonize the men of the Lord. The persecution of the men of the Lord, the believers, the elect. The famine of the word with broken records. But the average one of you, you Babylonians, you're not taking heed. You're taking these videos as entertainment. This is deadly serious. And that day is going to overtake you as a thief. Hey, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai about to catch a lot of you Babylonians slipping. And there's no excuse. This gospel has gone out. This word has gone out. There's no cloak for your sin. But a lot of you think this is a game. This is an April Fool's joke. No, this is deadly serious. We're heading into perilous times. Unprecedented times. A lot of you are in for a rude awakening, man. I read that over. That's why I had to speak on this when I was reading, watching the video. I'm like, yeah, a lot of things was just, in my mind, a lot of scriptures. And that's the sentiment, the same sentiment of these workers is the same sentiment of the average Babylonian. The writings on the wall, this place is through. It's obvious, it's evident, but everybody's in denial. Okay? So anyway, it says, I read that over. Salakia, my allergies still bothering me. Salakia. So it says, today the employees of the Foster's Freeze and Lemoore showed up for work, but got their last paycheck instead. Action News anchor Nick Garcia was in Lemoore tonight and talked to workers about the abrupt closure. Some of the people who worked at this Foster's Freeze thought it was just an April Fool's joke until they saw the close signs for themselves and reality sunk in. I read that over again. Some of the people who worked at this Foster's Freeze thought it was just an April Fool's joke until they saw the closed signs for themselves and reality sunk in. Sought Monica Navarro, assistant general manager, whatever. I was like, okay, April Fools, be for real. Not April Fools, I realized. She was not joking. I drove straight over here and got my last check. Monica Navarro got a phone call from her general manager informing her that the location would not be open for business again. All day, would-be customers drove in and then away as they learned what the employees learned Monday morning. Jason Boota, employee, Salakia. How does that feel to show up and there just not be a job? Jarring. Yeah, it is jarring. Like, okay, you can go home. It's like I thought I was going to work today. Juan Meza. It's hard to take it when there was no notice at all. And that's the way it's been going lately. Okay? It's always been like that. You barely get any notice, man. You know? That's a courtesy for you to get notice. And ain't that some shit? You leave a job, they expect you to give 2 weeks a notice as courtesy, right? But they could fire you, with a phone call, with an email. Don't even tell you nothing at all. Go to work and there's chains and locks on the door. It says the closure comes the same time. The closure comes the same day. The same day California's minimum wage for fast food workers rises to $20 an hour. Economic experts have been predicting They've been predicting it, and the prophets, you know, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai's men, starting from the apostles on down, you know, the bishops, the teachers. We've been saying the same thing, all right? Over and over, broken record, you know? You know? The siren's been blaring, man. Wake the fuck up. It's high time to wake out of sleep. Our salvation is nearer than even we believe. The kingdom is nigh, but in order to get to the kingdom, we must go through much tribulation. It says economic experts have been predicting closures and layoffs. Yeah, they've been predicting it, but they don't see what we see. They all have hope. They're all still kind of optimistic. We see what it is. It's about to be no work, as I did the lesson yesterday. No work for Egypt at all. You know, mass layoffs are coming. Economic experts have been predicting closures and layoffs in the months leading up to the hike. That's the point. You get the idea. You know, like I said, I'll leave the link in the description. That's mostly what I wanted you to hear. You know, how abrupt it was, how they thought it was a goddamn April Fool's joke, and how the owner lied. You know, he was a liar because they asked him over and over, and he swore up and down that, you know, he would make certain changes, and again he said he was going to maybe cut hours or, you know, raise prices, knowing goddamn well that he had full intentions of closing the store down, you know? And that's how, again, most of these companies operate like this, you know? Because they don't really care about their workers. They don't care about you. If you're an employee, like we always say, you're nothing more than a slave. All right? So this is 2nd Ezra, the main scripture that was screaming in my mind, you know? 2nd Ezra 6:22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. And it says, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Because the average Babylonian, they think this is a joke. They think this is April Fools. They think this is a game. They're not taking heed. They're not measuring the time diligently. They're not being wise. They're not considering their latter end. But the elect, the remnant, we're watching. We see everything. We see the writing on the wall. You know, we're adding everything up. We can clearly see where everything is heading. Okay? So that day is not going to overtake us as a thief. You know? 1 Thessalonians 5:3, for when they shall say peace and safety, that's the average sentiment of these Babylonians. They have a false sense of security. They trust in their job. They trust in their degree. They trust in their government. You know? They trust in this devil. They trust in this world. You know? For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Why? Because Elder Apostle Ricard's favorite scripture, which it has become one of my favorites, a lot of brothers' favorites. We've been bringing it out a lot because this is what's coming. Evil times, bad times. That's what's on the horizon. 2nd Ezra 8:50, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter times shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. That's why you're not taking heed, because you're proud. You're proud knowing nothing. You have a false sense of security. You trust this devil. You know, you trust this man. You think he's your friend. You know, he's a righteous man. He has your best interest at heart. You don't realize Esau Edom is that red horse that came to take peace from the earth. He is the devil the Bible speaks of. He is the wicked. He is the deceiver. He is the great Shaitan, the great adversary. And this is his world. This is his kingdom. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. If you want to make it in this world, I don't give a damn who the hell you are. If you try to make it in this world, you got to do something wicked. You got to learn the way of the heathen. Just like that owner. He took a playbook out of these major corporations. He did the same thing all these other Fortune 500 companies do. He didn't do nothing different, because that's how you make it in this world. It's a capitalistic society, dog eat dog world. Only the strong survive. You know? You know? What the scriptures say, the rich ruleth over the poor. You know? The borrower is subject to the lender. You know? The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. You know? This is Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. And that goes all the way from the wicked elite all the way down to the lower level peon, lesser luminary. Okay? The same as the king or as the ruler is, so are the people. You know? Yeah, Esau passed these unrighteous decrees. He comes peaceably, you know? But the whole time is to destroy you, these unrighteous decrees. He frames mischief as a law, you know? And then these lower level peons, you know, they follow the same play, you know? Oh, don't worry, I'm not going to lay you off. Don't worry. You know, I'm going to keep everybody. Damn devil, liars, deceivers. But it serves you people right, because you trust in this world. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. He talks a good game. But war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Isaiah 26 and 10, let favor be shown to the wicked, yet he will not learn righteousness. He can't learn righteousness. The wicked is Esau Edom per Malachi 1 and 4. He is Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai's whipping stick on the left-hand side. Okay? He was created to be the wicked, to oppress. You know? He was made to do what he's doing. But only the remnant is going to understand. Take heed. And beware this devil. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet he will not learn righteousness. He can't do right. He can't get right. Who can make straight what I have made crooked? Can an Ethiopian change his skin? Can a leopard change his spots? So how can thou do good that is accustomed to doing wicked? Okay? Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet he will not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness he will deal unjustly. And that's how that owner dealt, unjustly. He dealt unjustly by abruptly, all of a sudden, firing his workers, giving them no warning. That was unjust, man. That was unrighteous. Especially when they asked him plainly, over and over, right? But who did he get that from? His daddy. He learned it from his daddy. It says, in the land of uprightness, he will deal unjustly, and he will not behold the majesty of the Lord Yahweh. Yeah, this ain't a God-fearing man. You know? He worships Satan. He worships Baphomet, Mammon, you know? He don't believe in the God of this Bible, of the Bible. He don't believe the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This man believes he's a God. I'm talking about the man Esau Edom, you know? You know, and as the ruler as the king is, so are the people. Proverbs 22 and 16, he that oppresseth the poor to increase his riches, that's the capitalistic way. That's the Babylonian way. You know? You know? And that's why the people are mourning, because the wicked is ruling. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bears rule, the people mourn. The people are mourning because they're being oppressed. They're being squeezed on every side. He that oppresseth the poor to increase his riches, he that oppresseth the poor to increase his riches, and that's how you make it in this world. You got to oppress the poor, you know? And he that giveth to the rich shall surely come to want. Okay? So that's what I'll say. For example, that owner of that store, the owner of that store, all right. These lower level peons, okay, the lower keepers of the house, they don't understand that this there's a reset coming. And there's really no seat for these people, man. Esau's doing away with the middle class, you know? It's only going to be the super elite, the super rich, and the poor. Ain't no middle class. You know, you don't have a seat in Esau's new world order, in his new kingdom, at his table. Okay? You know? And a lot of these people about to realize that. You know? It's only going to be the super rich and the super poor. You know? You shall own nothing and be happy. You know? I'm going to close out here. Proverbs 18 and 23. I'm going to read it in the KJV, and then I'm going to read it in the NLT. The poor useth entreaties. It's like the poor useth entreaties, but the rich answereth roughly. And in the NLT, the poor plead for mercy, sighing and crying, you know, for all the abominations done therein, begging for a fair shot, you know, a fair day's work, a wage, you know. Again, the rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is subject to the lender. We're at we're at his mercy, basically. You know, we have to go to the enemy in want of all things. You know, the poor plead for mercy. You know, it says the rich answer with insults. The poor plead for mercy. The rich answer with insults. You know, and going back to the workers, right? All they asked for was a little heads up. Are you gonna close down? You know, I could start putting in my applications. I could start, you know, getting my household in order. You know, and but what does it say? The rich answer with insult, with lies, deceit, guile. You know, you know, because in the land of what did I say? Let favor be shown to the wicked, right? Yet he will not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness, he will deal unjustly. You know? Can't make this stuff up. But it serves you people right. Because we're broken records. The writing's on the wall. This place is through. This place is through. Can't heal Babylon. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. You ain't seen nothing yet. Anyway, so with that being said, Adawan Ratazah, this was edifying, exhorting, and comforting to the elect. Amen. Keep pushing, keep fighting. We're close. Shalom. Wa, Abad Babal, Kwam Nesharallah.